We've got another classic prelim on our hands, a 2023 Grand Final replay. Now, will the Brisbane Broncos be able to get their revenge after blowing a huge lead in that final? Unfortunately not. Look, I'm going to give you my preview of this game and all of my opinions, tips, and predictions. But if you're enjoying our NRL previews, tips, predictions, all that stuff, don't forget, subscribe to the channel and also head over to bets.com.au and have a look at our analysis and even a cheat sheet that we create for every game of the NRL with all the stats that we use to make all of our predictions. Now, let's dive into this one. The storyline. This is what it is. The Penrith Panthers unchanged in 2 weeks in their 2 finals games. Brisbane coming in with a stack of changes. The bad news, Patrick Carrigan suspended, Billy Walters out for a long time with an ACL injury. The positives, captain Adam Reynolds returns along with Ezra Mam and Xavier Willison. So that's the boost. But is it a boost? That's the question that I raise and that actually has me even more uneasy about the Brisbane Broncos winning this prelim. Look, Reece Walsh has been absolutely phenomenal over the last 5 weeks, with Brisbane averaging 36.2 points in attack. And a lot of it has to do with Reece Walsh. Look, he's taken on the responsibility. He's in every attacking play. He's doing a lot of the kicking and even kicking goals. And it's worked wonders for Walsh. And even though we may have even thought that he was playing a little bit inconsistently, but the last 2 weeks have been phenomenal. And look what he did against the Canberra Raiders after being sin bin. He was in everything, got them 2 extra time and did all that work, scoring a try and setting up a few. So phenomenal. But where does he stand now in this attacking lineup with Reynolds coming back? I'm just not sure he's going to get his hands on the ball, not really know where he fits once again after having all of this responsibility over the last month. And how long is it going to take for these new combinations? You've got Adam Reynolds playing in the halves with Ben Hunt, and you've got Ezra Mam coming off the bench in number 14. So, I'm a little uneasy. And you can't forget the amount of work that Pat Carrigan does leading that pack of forwards. Makes a heap of tackles. Around 35, 37, I believe it was, against Canberra. Got it. Who's going to do all of that work and organize that pack? Look, has me a little uneasy. And to be honest, Penrith Panthers, it smells like another premiership. Since they got since from being on the bottom of the ladder, they've just looked basically unbeaten. Yes, they had a few 1-point losses there leading up to the finals and a big loss against the Bulldogs when they didn't play anybody. But otherwise, they've looked basically unbeatable. Their defense is top grade. And in finals, they have a phenomenal defensive record where they don't allow teams to score over 16 points per game over the last 5 years. Yes, they let in 26 against the Bulldogs, but they had the game wrapped up after 30 minutes. So, where are we going with this? What are the tips? What do we like? It's simple. Taking Penrith Panthers -2.5 against Brisbane at Suncorp, where they've actually won the last 7 games in these head-to-head matchups. Also, like the under 48.5. Look, in 9 of 11 games between these two teams, the scoreline has been under 48.5, and the last 7 at Suncorp Stadium have been 40 points or less, actually. So I like the under. Expect Penrith to just try and suffocate the attack of Brisbane, which is obviously going to keep this game total very low. And look, I rode Paul Alamotti to an anytime try scorer tip last week. I'm jumping on him again. Look, he is setting up tries, he's scoring tries, a great finisher, scored 3 last week. Maybe don't expect 3 this week, but he'll definitely cross in one of the clinical Penrith Panthers attacks. Look, we've talked about this game for, pushing on 4 minutes now and haven't even mentioned Nathan Cleary. He's a superstar. He's a finals clutch player for the Penrith Panthers. They're not going to lose this prelim. Unfortunately, the road ends for you Broncos fans. Just remember, though, over this weekend, Gamble responsibly and happy punting.